Hello there. Any of you who may have watched my first ever, American Anarchist show may know that I decided to cover something Stefan Moleneux had said about Donald Trump versus Bernie Sanders. And I made a brief, and I didn't really have much else to put in the description for the last video, which talked about how justice would work in an anarcho-communist society. Unfortunately, I don't know why I've picked this topic. I think I might be more of a masochist than I thought. But I am going to talk about the cult of Stefan Moleneux. Now, when I did my first video, I didn't realize that Stefan Moleneux was essentially running a cult. And actually, it's not even essentially, it is a fucking cult. It's a cult of anarcho-capitalists. He'll tell people to defoo. I was watching the Joe Rogan Experience. He did an episode with, did one with, Stephen Hassan, he was a former cult leader, and also, and now what he does today is he dismantles he helps people who have been affected by cults. And he talked about how much he didn't like Stefan Moleneux's methods. Stefan will, basically what he does is he kind of recruits over the internet, recruits for his cult. And I mean, this is just a cursory, literally just watching a Stefan Moleneux video and looking up the tactics that cults use, you will see where I'm getting the comparison. Because it can all be, it is a cult. I'm glad, though, that I'm not a neocon anymore, when I used to be a neocon. When I was a neocon, I would have fallen for that shit pretty quickly. I would have actually sat through an hour-long video. I've tried to before, I couldn't. Even the first one, I literally only got through the first few minutes before I was done. But that's because and he knows what he's doing. There's no defense of him. He for sure knows what he's doing. He's not an unintelligent guy. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to recruit. And he's fucking dangerous. Honestly, yeah. You know how I mentioned defooing, or foo, F-O-O, family of origin. This is where he says, oh, well, if they're not ANCAP, you try to figure out what he did, or you try and figure out whether your family supports violence against you, supposedly. Because if they believe in the state, they automatically support violence. I know that I don't support the state in any way. I am completely against the state. But I also see the whole idea of having some amount of pragmatism with the state until you can abolish it. But, yeah, they're like, oh, if they believe in the state, they must automatically support violence. And that if they do it, they want you dead, and they're not just, maybe, I don't know, they don't just maybe have a different belief system than you. So, if they don't have that belief, if they're detractors, you cut them off from your life. That's what Stefan Moleneux has them do. And he is, but I didn't realize it when I first engaged it. I have never sat through a whole Stefan Moleneux video before, no matter how much I've tried to. He's too fucking ridiculous. And it's not even, like, anarcho-capitalists are pretty ridiculous. That guy T is pretty fucking ridiculous, but he's not nearly as cunning as Stefan Moleneux. That guy T isn't trying to start a cult. He's just a pretentious, arrogant asshole. But yeah, Stefan Moleneux's hypocrisy is also a big deal. He is anti-corporation, but at the same time owns a fucking corporation. It's really starting to sound like Republicans in America when they are anti-gay. I mean, he's not anti-gay, but he's pretty fucking homophobic. If you actually listen to, like, the comments he makes, it's just, I don't know. I cannot sit through what he says, and I know that this guy is going to harm a lot of families, not in the future, and maybe even just, like, right now. There's already hundreds of people who have used the methods he's said, where he says, hey, you cut them off from your life. That's what cults do. Also, the donations, I mean, it is a bit of a stretch. He is asking for donations. He's not asking for people with trust funds to turn over their whole trust fund. But, I mean, that's something that cults do, is they're like, oh, well, we need more money. And I don't know why he wants this cult, but I know that money could be a big reason why he wants it. That may actually have to do with why he's always asking for donations. It's like a fucking church. We need money. God always needs more money because God doesn't know how to handle fucking money. When in the end, he is just a fan of corporatist bullshit. I know that people like him will say capitalism and corporatism are not the same. Although, you watch any LSR video, Libertarian Socialist Rant, watch Bad Mouse, they'll point out the similarities. I can even point out the similarities, like how corporatism is bound. I can point out how corporatism is bound to be. Corporatism is bound to happen in a capitalist system. And then the corporatism. So it's corporatism when you want to criticize it. Capitalism when you want to praise it. It's the fucking Paul Joseph Watson approach. Who I hate almost as much as Molyneux, but I hate Molyneux because he runs an actual fucking cult. Where Paul Joseph Watson's just an idiot who believes what he's saying, but he doesn't use recruitment tactics, doesn't tell you to cut off from your family. I mean, yeah, of course, yeah, he works for Alex Jones, which is a fucking... I'm looking at my past, and I'm just fucking sick of myself. I was once a neocon piece of shit. Honestly. And now I'm an anarcho-communist. I mean, I ended up kind of ending my neocon beliefs at a young age. But I mean, the fact that I'm out of religion and out of neoconservatism is part of the reason why I can't be indoctrinated into the cult of Molyneux because my bullshit detector is on point. And honestly, I just want you guys to keep yourself armed and protected from anyone like this. Always be on the lookout for bullshit.